Hey, Spuddies! Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Civilization 6. It's been a little while since we've played a little Civ 6. I do need to double check my mods here. I actually made a mod. It's called the Civ Tweaks mod myself. But we might talk about that at a future date. Basically, I think all I did in this mod was add harbor adjacency to industrial zones and industrial zone adjacency to harbor. So they gave +1 to each other. Because that just feels right, man, you know? Anyway, I just want to double check my mods. That I have nothing that actually affects gameplay. It's all just UI mods. Yeah, buddy, we got our UI mods. Let's create a game. And I think Civilization 6 is best played as if it's a roguelike. I don't actually know what shuffle map type does in Civilization 6. Let's just pick shuffle. Standard map size, everything standard. I do like abundant resources. Let's just go with standard. I like legendary start. Legendary start's always fun. Abundant resources, legendary start. I think that's a more fun way to play. I'm not gonna do any game modes. I used to do a lot of game modes. We're getting back into the game. You gotta be on deity. That's for sure. Regular game speeds, all the standards. I don't even know who we're gonna play, man. Civilization 6 is best played, in my opinion, like Civ games. It's best played like it's a roguelike. You don't know what you're gonna get when you go in there. You can stack the deck in your favor, pick a map that's favorable for your Civ. That's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But I think once you have, I think I've got 4,000 hours in this game or something outrageous. Maybe closer to 5. Holy crap, we haven't played Nubia in years, dude. Yeah, I think once you've got thousands of hours in this game, you don't need to stack the deck in your favor. It is fun to do so. Man, it's been a while since I've heard the sultry tones of Boromir in my ears. Alright, sick. Let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, your knowledge of astrology has advanced considerably. So that means we found a wonder. Boom, let's press Y for the yields map mode. Oh, baby. We're talking a turn 1 delicate arch, 2 faith tile. That's going to be a super fast pantheon. We could go settler pantheon if we wanted to. We've even got really good potential water around here. That is disgusting. We've got a godlike holy site right here as well. That's a +4. This could be the rare Nubia religion games. Let's hear. So Nubia is kind of a cool civilization, a Manator, very cool leader. She gives you 20% production towards all districts, which increases to 40% if there's a Nubian pyramid adjacent to the city center. So she's really good at building up her city. Getting her districts online, it's really good. This also applies to chop value, so you get a lot more chop value out of her if you are chopping, which you should be doing because that is the efficient way to play. She also got Tasseti here. She gets production towards range units. All range units get more experience, and mines over strategic resources provide +1 production. Mines over bonus and luxury resources provide +2 gold. That's really good considering we have 2 copper in the vicinity of the capital if we wanted to make use of those. I mean, we could in theory do this. There's a lot of options here with how we want to do this. She also gets the Nubian Archer, which is a stronger version of the Archer, so they have extra movement, very strong. And then we get the Nubian Pyramid. So this has to be built on desert hills, or desert floodplains. It gives you +2 faith and +2 food, and you get an extra bonus of production based on you get an extra bonus to yields based on the districts that are adjacent to it. So great if you spawn next to desert. Unfortunately, we did not spawn next to desert. I'm going to step 1 tile to the left with my warrior, because that could inform us as to whether or not we want to move. Now, if we kind of look, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So if I hold down control here, you can kind of see this is due to the UI mods. I will have a link to the UI mods that I'm using, but we can kind of see, you see all those pink tiles? Those are our bonus resources. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential copper in range of the capital city here, plus a Nubian pyramid desert hill, which is honestly not a bad use of a desert hill. Now, do remember we get +2 gold on these strategics. So, this is a pretty damn good start for Nubia. We'll also get some error score for settling near the delicate arch. It's not perfect in terms of a start location, because if this was a desert hill copper, this would go so hard. The fact that we don't have a desert tile right next to our city center kind of sucks. Let me have a look at the Nubian pyramid. Can they be placed adjacent to each other? I don't remember. Because if they can, we could harvest that copper and get a really nice double Nubian. But definitely I think we'll put a Nubian pyramid there, mostly for the era score. We are going to want to be able to harvest this copper. I do think that the fact that we have this much faith in our capital city means that this is just such a good the fact that we have astrology, this is such a good holy site opener. I mean, it's crazy good, the fact that we have 4 copper in range of the capital, plus ivory, +2 sheeps. I like this start a lot. And so I'm thinking, right, we settle here. I'm kind of planning the journey here that we're going to go on. In order to place the holy site, we are going to need mining first. So we have to research mining. In order to boost the wheel, And what is boosted by building on a resource again? Something is boosted by being mine a resource, the wheel, yeah. So we'll want to chop this, mine this, or at the very least mine this. Definitely mine this. Definitely mine this. So this takes care of like our eco. And we're not going to have trade routes. This is kind of taking the spot of our trade route. What's our victory condition on her? The thing about a Manator is your victory conditions are kind of wide open. You can kind of do whatever you like. So I don't know what our victory condition is, but I definitely know that we're going to settle in place. That'll get us some arrow score from settling next to this. I will auto-delete map tax. And because we're a Manator, normally I would open with scouts, but the fact that our slingers are roughly the same price and they're improved, I do think opening with slingers, plus slingers are generally speaking a safer choice anyway. God, I love this minimap. I forgot how good this minimap is. Also, how good is the strategy view? Look how gorgeous this is. God, I wish Civ 7 looked like this. So much. God, I miss... It's been nearly a year since I've played Civ 6. This is legitimately the first time I've played the game in a year. And I'm already having a blast, man. It kind of sucks that I had to turn the music off because it gets copyright claimed. Oh, double turtles! That's a reef plus a resource. So I'm thinking like that could be a campus right there. That's a +2. That could be a harbor. Let me see. We could settle stone, you know? That's a nice little setup right there for science. It's not like crazy optimal, but it is kind of cool. We will consider this an option. It's not guaranteed that that's what we're going to do, but I like it. The free recon unit is huge here, and I actually want to be working the 2 food 2 production tile. Food is more valuable when you're on 1 pop than it is later on in the game. The more basically the simple calculation you got to do when you're playing Civ 6 is like the further you are from your housing, the higher value food is, and the more population you have, the lower value food is. That's kind of like you got to do that. There's no like, it's not like an exact formula. It's like a vibula, you know, you got to vibe it out. And that's how the vibe works is more housing, food is better, more pop, food is worse. So that's kind of a push-pull relationship, you know? We don't actually need, in my opinion, I mean, I would like to get 3 slingers out, but we could get that builder nice and early and get the chop off on the copper here. It'd be nice. Be an injection of gold. It would open up the astrology location. We could get another slinger. I'll go for the builder. I like the builder here. The fact that I got a free scout means I don't feel as pressed. Okay, a barb camp appeared over here to the left. That's going to change my plans actually, because I'm going to be redirecting this slinger to the north because I want to get a kill with the slinger to boost archery, and I'm going to bring the scout back and then the warrior forward. So kind of like redirecting my scouting directions for the purpose of optimizing. I mean, I lose out on a few turns of scouting, which is devastating if you miss like a tribal village or two due to it, but this should bait the spearman out. If I remember how the Civ 6 AI works, he should be baited out to come attack us. It looks like it's not quite working. I will rest you there 1 turn and see if he comes out again. In theory, he should come try to fight us because he's like, oh, I could kill this unit. Like in his head, this should be an easy kill. Okay, so it looks like he's trying to do it, but it's not quite working. There's mining, which is what we need for astrology. So we don't actually need to chop this tile now. We can just crash down on top of it. All right, let's grab this. 40 gold, that's nice. It would be nice to buy the elephant tile, actually. So I should have bought that a while ago, because that is definitely just a better tile. Do we have any other really high quality tiles nearby? Not really. Production is king, but so is food in the early game. I think we can justify a single slash here, and then we'll go dive back into the mountain and wait for anti-barb card. So this is where I want to get my settlers, for sure. Oh man, this is so good for holy sites. This whole area is holy site central. Like, that's a +4. That's a +5. That's a +6 with all these holy sites. Holy moly. So I'm thinking, if I settle here, we could get a holy site there, holy site there. We can make this work. 1, 2, 3. Then we just got to figure out how to get a city in range for this one. Right, let's make settlers. We got a really, really strong faith opener here. Another free recon unit. That's actually really big for us. I need you to heal up. Good job getting the experience. I'll send this scout north/east. I'm going to wait 2 turns before advancing with this slinger so that we can get the discipline card to fight barbs. Very clogged land. Very, very clogged. Another really sick holy site right there. Or campus. I like the idea of the holy site gameplay. I don't know, just how holy sites are just kind of fundamentally more interesting from a gameplay point of view to me than campuses, because they're just so much more versatile, because you can spend, it's a new currency that does all sorts of cool, unique stuff, you know? Faith, man. So we're going to take discipline, and we shouldn't have a problem getting our own... Oh shoot, I forgot to get the Pantheon! Oh my god, you can tell it's been so long since I've played, because I'm making mistakes. Oh, I could have had a Pantheon already. I'm such a dimwit. Alright, we're getting +4 faith per turn now. That's +6 experience, that's beautiful. We definitely want to get to early empire to get settlers out and stuff, so I think I'll go for foreign trade. Okay, discipline plus urban planning. Ayutthaya is a very interesting city-state. We were the first to meet them, so we do get the +1 culture in the capital and in every amphitheater building. Now, they give you 10% culture equal to 10% of the construction cost when you build buildings, so this is actually a good one to get online early. And they do have a quest for a trade route, and we will be able to get a trader pretty quick. So if we hit them with a trader before this era is over, we could very quickly get suzerainty out of them and then use any infrastructure construction we do to fuel our culture. So Ayutthaya is a bit of a game changer here, potentially. One thing I'm noticing, though, is we have relatively bad land in terms of room. Like, we don't have a lot of room. We have okay land in terms of quality, just not a lot of room. I'm concerned about the positioning of the galley, although galleys can attack land in this one. There's knowledge of archery, boom, so we got the boost we were looking for. The good news is we can get a level there. This is so many tiles away from the capital, so we will get a era score boost, +3, that's wonderful, and military tradition progress. I am going to go for volley, because being strong against units is quite powerful. And it looks like this is a dead end over here to the east. It looks like we might be trying to make use of this mountain range a little bit more. If this is a dead end, I'm probably not going to settle there. Even though that would, in theory, give me... Actually, this would give me a city. Like, that's not a bad city. Especially because of the good Nubia thing. The city would have a 40% boost towards construction of things. Construction of districts. Is that a desert? No, it's a plains hill. I think settling here makes sense if we really want to make use of this bonus for district construction. And then if we decide to pivot to science, we do have this tile here. We could drop a campus on it, and then it's like a decent campus. It's +4. And then we preserve this. Okay, a barb camp spawn to the south. That's actually ideal. Keep farming a little bit of experience on these guys. We're definitely going to want to consider our naval navigation capability. We're 2 turns away from getting our Pantheon. I am playing on DD, right? Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's like double checking there. You ever have like too easy of an early game and you're like, damn, did I actually activate the difficulty modifiers? Like, wait a minute, this game's too easy. No, I just got an isolated start, which is basically like playing the game on easy mode. Let's be real. I think settling coastally here would be able to boost me sailing, which would get me galleys sooner. That's era score. There's a whole bunch of positive effects from settling there. This is also, what are you? No, it's a plains cliff. So I was hoping that that would be desert, because you do get era score for settling desert. I mean, in terms of city quality, I definitely feel like settling up here to the northeast is like a way better city in terms of quality. So we may want to consider that as our option. I'll put a couple of turns into a builder while we wait for the city to grow back up to get another settler. And if I settle here, it's a quite, so if I'm settling here, which this is not a bad city to settle, right? It's got decent coastal infrastructure. It's got 3 coastal resources plus a bunch of land nearby. That means the closest I can settle is here, which means the only remaining place is here. And is that the pattern that I want to have to my settling strategy here? Like, I mean, in Civ 6, the more cities you get, the better. It is just that kind of a game. So I think this is going to be my settling pattern, which doesn't beg the question, because people use it all the time, but it raises the question of where is this first settler going? Is the first settler going to the east on this nice freshwater double plantation tile, which I am inclined to do. It's a long walk, which sucks for its own reasons, because, you know, the longer it takes for a city to come online, the worse the city is in theory. But I think the quality of this land is just so high that I think taking this walk is worth it. And we're just like slowly farming this barb for 1 experience at a moment. Yeah, I think we're just kind of on our own tiny little island here, is what it seems. So there's the astrology unlock. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the holy site down to lock in its cheap price, because the price a district costs to construct is locked in when you place it. So we can save a little bit of production from the slow increase in district costs over time. So now that we've locked in astrology, where's our Where's our major path? We're probably going to go... I'm kind of tempted to do the naval domination strategy where you go to the top half of the tech tree again. There are certain things that make that more viable. So we are going to be going harbors this game, just not in my capital. What's the range on... I'm trying to remember. Where's that tool for city overlap? Like, there's a really good industrial zone. Like, there-ish. Like, an industrial zone on either of these tiles... Either any of these 3 tiles is a really good industrial zone for me, because that's at least a 5-city industrial zone. So it's a question of which one do I want to place. But that's something we should definitely consider as an industrial zone in the capital. Like if I put that industrial zone there, we could do the aqueduct here. Now that's a +3. We for sure would like the government plaza. It's a +4. Then we want the diplomatic quarter in here as well. And that's already 4 districts, which is a lot of districts for a capital. Maybe we could stretch this to a commercial hub. That'd be like all we can get in here. And then like the real question is what we're asking now is like, what the hell tiles are we going to work? Because there's not a lot of tiles left for this city to work. So, but I think that's what this is going to look like. At least a little bit. It's going to look something like this. Maybe these might not be necessary, but these are definitely going to happen. Okay, so definitely get started on sailing because... Oh God, am I gonna do the Potato McWhiskey Classic, the God of the Sea Pantheon, when there's Free Builder right there? Earth Goddess. You know what? We could, well, the problem is we have this giant floodplain to the north, so that's going to completely crush any sort of appeal-based gameplay. We could have done some serious appeal stuff down here in the south, but this kind of crushes that. I mean, we already get really good strategic resource stuff. I mean, am I going to do a God of the Sea game? It's the best one. It's the best one! We could do religious idols. That's like 1, 2, 3. Do we have any other luxury and bonus? There's one here. God, I really got screwed on luxuries here. Are there any? Hold on. Resources. Bonus. All I see is ivory and honey. And the honey's over here. Good God. I swear to God, I'm not gonna do a fishboat pantheon, am I? Am I? It's so good though. That's the thing. If this holy site was on a river, I would consider river goddess. Like that'd be actually really good. If I had, God, I just don't. Only this city doesn't really benefit from God of the Sea. You know, I'm not taking God of the Sea because of the principle of it, because I just always take it. And I don't want to be a stereotype. I am a stereotype. I mean, listen, I should have picked a different YouTube name if I didn't want to be a stereotype. But my point is, we're not taking Fishboat Pantheon, despite the fact that I really want to take Fishboat Pantheon. I'm going to take religious idols against everything that is screaming at me to do it. I'm forcing myself to do something different. I know, like, what is this, like an AI impersonator? Did Potato McWhiskey just not take Fishboat Pantheon when it was available? Okay, so we're going to go fast holy site here. It'll take 6 turns. We could get it in 5, but I would like to continue growing. How badly do I want to grow, though? 5 turns on that is pretty good, especially considering religions go fast. That's the thing you have to consider. Religions, like, you think you're going to be able to get them, and then they're gone. It's happened to me so many times that I've been cocky about getting a religion, and, like, the turn I'm about to get my great profit, I lose it. So now at this point, I've already invested so much into the religion opener that I feel like I have to follow that path. Me when I go to church every Sunday. No, I'm just kidding. So Stonehenge has been built. Somebody already got a great profit. Boom, already gone. So that's 1 of 6 great profits? 5? I don't remember how many can be formed. 5 religions, right? So that's 1. If there's a Saladin in the game, there's only 3 more profits. Like, there's not a lot of time. I guess someone got Stonehenge, so that kind of explains that one. But still, my point stands. The AI is going to steal the good religion, aren't they? Wait, they went for choral music? They didn't go for Feed the World? Idiots. Feed the World's just actually free. Okay, holy site is down. There's a +3 era score. We are potentially golden aging here. Question, do we want to go, how long is left on this age? 13 to 33 turns. Okay, if there's 13 to 33 turns left, what if how greedy do we want to be? Do we want to build a shrine, or do we want to just holy site prayer it out? We can do the maths really quick. 32 times 15%. 15% of 32 is, it's like, what, 4.5 great profit points. I think we're better off building the shrine and then pumping. Maybe we can grow. Still take 7 turns even if we switch. So maybe focusing on the growth is the right way. We can also settle here. This will boost sailing, as was ordained and planned. Boom. Sailing has advanced. We got our beautiful canal in here. God, isn't that gorgeous? Look at these graphics, dude. I know it's not like technically the most impressive, but man, just look at everything has a beautiful shape and aesthetic. God, I love this game so much. I'll play this game to the day I die. All right, so we founded Nuri. I think a pretty natural opener here in Nuri would be a monument. That's going to help us get our tier 1 government. That's going to help us get feudalism. These are like 2 pretty key parts of imperial development. We already have good tiles to work in the area around. Like there's a 3-1, 3-1, a 2-2, a 2-2, a 2-2. So I do think the monument actually holds a lot of value in this city. There is an argument to be made for getting a builder to improve 2 sea resources. There's a really good holy site right there too if we want to get it. But in order to build this holy site, I would actually need to get bronze working, which requires 3 barbarian kills. So that's a little bit more difficult. I think I'm going to open with a monument because culture is just so damn strong. And I have no threats nearby, so I can make a greedy move like just going Naked Monument. Naked Monument would be like the name of the comedy movie based on Civ 6. Or just Civilization in general, I guess. Starring old dude with white hair. Naked Monument. Don't call me Shirley. Okay, so they cleared this barb camp, but I definitely want to try to kill this barb scout for the boost for bronze working. It would have been nice to get the era score, but you don't always get what you want. There's foreign trade. We definitely want to get that trader. So I'm actually going to buy it because we want to trade with Ayutthaya before the era ends. We don't need to go mysticism, although if we did go mysticism, we would get the envoy, which would get us suzerainty of Ayutthaya, which would get us era score. How much era score is that worth again? Let me see here. Era tracker. Free city joined. I don't actually know what suzerainty is worth. Repeatable. So it is a question of, do we want to go for mysticism to get the envoy, to get suzerainty of Ayutthaya? And then there's also a question of, if we're going religion, are we going Mahabodhi? Because if we're going Mahabodhi, that has to go here. Now, the Mahabodhi temple must have founded a religion. No. Because the Mahabodhi temple gives you 2 apostles when built, which allows you to fully evangelize your religion, which is really strong. It's like a huge faith injection. So if we are going for some sort of faith-based economy, we may want to consider the Mahabodhi temple as like a thing. Yeah. Anyway, I do like the idea of going mysticism here. It's a very unorthodox opening, but getting that secured suzerainty of Ayutthaya this early has a lot of value both in era score and also the what do you call it? The era score and the culture from building. Anyway, there's sailing. I can't remember if plantations boost anything. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been that long since I've played. I could see myself improving this ivory, this sheep, and this copper. So I do think an animal husbandry here is like not a terrible next move. Plus it'll reveal horses. Let's trade with Ayutthaya. That's 3 gold per turn. It's probably not optimal to get 3 gold per turn for a trade route, but the envoy, very valuable. Plus the boost for currency is like nice. Yes, okay, so we killed that scout. We got the boost for bronze working. I could even kill this one too to get a little bit of experience on my scout. I'm kind of hoping another barb camp spawns up here. So I'm trying to keep it in the fog of war because barb camps only spawn in the fog of war. So I'm trying to keep a lot of fog of war near my civilization so I can spawn a barb camp within 6 tiles of a city and then go murk it. So there's the shrine. Let's check in on the religion situation. Only 1 religion has gone. I'm currently 3rd in the running for a religion. So if I wanted to secure a really fast religion, I could hit the shrines right now. Hit the prayers. Now, religious beliefs. It's in here somewhere. Here we go. So these worship beliefs, But the follower beliefs, so somebody's already done choral music, which is crazy good. Feed the World is insane. Insane value. We could do a Feed the World build, no problem here. I do think either Feed the World or work ethic is super good for us. So I think securing an early religion to try to get one of those good beliefs is the play. Okay. And so as far as I understand the barbarian spawning algorithm, they will only spawn on tiles that no player empire has vision of. So they only spawn in the fog of war. Okay, so there's pastures, there's camps, there's horses. I don't actually see horses. Oh, there's one. We have 1 horse. Okay. We got 1 horse. We've completed the holy site prayer. We're top of the list. 15 points. That's way more than I was expecting. I thought it was 15%. Or is it 30%? It's 30%. Yeah. We'll do that one more time, and that should secure us the next religion. It's been so long since I've done a Feed the World game. I'm kind of excited. I'm here for it, man. Bronze working is a necessary research for us in order to get this holy site in Nuri down. In order to crack this, I forget the name of this. Jungle. Rainforest. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks that we're going to reveal iron and potentially ruin some placement of some of these pins that I've placed, but it's whatever, dude. That's Civ 6 for you. You got to play the game. So 10 turns in this era. We should absolutely consider getting a galley. Unfortunately, we haven't met any of the other players, which sucks, honestly. Getting a religion will help, or getting a religion will help a lot. I don't know if we're going to get a golden age. So there's mysticism, which is going to let us get the suzerainty of Ayutthaya. Boom. It was worth 2 era score. Beautiful. I don't think we're going to get this, which makes me sad because we actually got such a good spawn for it. I'll still give it the old college try. Now here's the thing, you could also argue that this would be a bad time to get a golden age. It's better to get the next age golden age. And I would be convinced by that argument, potentially. Okay. Boom. Holy site prayers. We'll get this profit very quickly. It's going to take like 5 turns. I'll run 1 more holy site prayer just to secure it. God, someone else just swung a great profit right out from under my nose. Yowzers. Yeah, so we might not get Feed the World, which makes me so sad. It would have been such a sick, because the AI loves Feed the World, dude. Like, when I say the AI loves Feed the World, I mean they love it. They will always take it. Okay, we got a monument in Nuri. 4 turns until bronze working. We should probably get a builder out, because we definitely want to get double fish improved. It makes me so sad that we missed out on Feed the World. We will have really good work ethic. All right, recruit this great prophet. Step here. Boom. We lost by a turn, man. That's what we're talking about. Like, it's 1 turn. We were 1 turned on Feed the World. I'm going to call this Feed the Crusade because I think I've made it my mission now in this game. Whoever it was that founded Eastern Orthodoxy, and it's almost always fucking Russia or Scythia or someone like that, I'm going to absolutely make it my mission to destroy that person. So in terms of like getting value out of going for a religion when you're not going for a religion game, choral music, Feed the World, and work ethic are your 3. Those are your 3. I am doing holy things, but not trying to get holy victory. Zen meditation you could make the argument for as well, as you could religious community, but these are just not good enough. So this is going to be a work ethic game. Production is cool. I am going to take Crusade. So work ethic and Crusade. I've made it my mission. I'm setting the mission. We're going to whoever took Eastern Orthodoxy up. Me when I'm the Catholic Church during the 1400s Crusades. Me when I'm the Normans invading Byzantium. No, let's get ourselves 1 more builder because we do have a couple of tiles. Like, we definitely want to get this ivory online. It would be nice to get the sheep because the pasture is a boost for horseback riding. Plus, it would be good to mine the copper. So we've got a few tiles that we would like to improve in an ideal world. So we'll get to work on those. And then we'll look towards settling once we have early empire and all those sort of things in place. I'm so mad that we lost Feed the World. It was so rare you get a Feed the World game, man. All right, somebody built Oracle. We can purchase a missionary. I don't think we should. So close to a golden age, too. Really sad. If I had met another player, if I had had the money for a galley and maybe met another player or 2 with it, it's fine. All right, let's get the copper online. So we could get the really fast monument. And a 3-turn monument is quite poggers. So I will do the 3-turn monument. Because that means we get political philosophy, we get feudalism, all these things a little bit faster. And then I'll probably go double settler or something like that. We are going to want to get theology nice and early for the holy site adjacency. Yeah, work ethic. Work ethic will be doing a lot of work for us this game, which is, I suppose, nice. There's bronze working, so we have access to iron. We can chop rainforest, so we can actually come in here into Nuri. I'm going to buy this tile and immediately place our holy site to lock in that juicy price of 83 production, which is roughly 30% more expensive than the one we built in our capital, just to kind of put that into perspective for you. We do want celestial navigation. That is sort of like the ultimate direction that our civilization is going to take. Unfortunately, I didn't settle Moreau near... It's not going to be able to get a harbor, but it would be nice to get access. If I had gone for the Nubian pyramid, we could have slapped it down and maybe... Oh, no! You penis! Well, that kind of changes the settlement location here. I think this... Because... I mean, there's no... I was settling here for the Nubian pyramid, but if the Nubian pyramid's gone, I think we just literally moved this city across the bay. Because this city just... This city mogs this city, and then there's still room for an okay city here. So I think we're going to go for the Mog choice. Moggers! We're going to Sigma up this copper mine so I can rizz up my economy. So we can skedaddle out of here like it's Skibbity, Ohio. And then dab on a 6-7. Alright, hold on. That's too many. in one go. So we're not ready to plug in urban planning. Are we ready to plug in urban planning? I mean, we're about to start settling. Exodus the Evangelists. This is pretty much a guaranteed golden age if we take it. So I do think we take it because these ones are just... they smell like farts. I think we take craftsmanship into state workforce, into political philosophy, you woke moralist. In terms of governor, damn, I haven't even thought about my governors. Holy pogs. I mean, we haven't met enough city-states to make the Amani World Tour worth it. Victor is just like Magnus is just a very natural choice because of the old chopability. The chopability. We could go for Pingaloo. Moksha. I don't know if Moksha matters. I think in reality, just like in the base game, the choice is almost always between Magnus and Pingala. I don't know when you ever pick Moksha. I could maybe see an argument for Liang in some games. But since we're not going to be doing any chopping for a little while, I think this is a Pingala opener, especially because we're religious, which means we have less cities than we would normally have, which means we need to get more science and culture out of the cities that we do have. So I think this is a Pingala opener right here. So for all those reasons, we're going for Pingala, because he helps your science and culture a lot. All right, let's go get our amenity online, because we are at neutral amenities or negative amenities in the case of Nuri. We definitely need to get luxuries. So I would love to get these turtles and settle this honey. Do. Sugar, sugar. I am going to swap in the Maritime Industries card so that we can build a galley in Nuri instead of purchasing it. 7 turns of production. Preserves our gold for something maybe more useful. How close are we to purchasing a settler? 440 gold. We got our monument in here. So let's juice up for another settler. I think now is the time. And I think we do settle here. We settle here, settle here. We settle the honey. We either settle on the honey or to the right of the honey. It's one of those two. Either or. That's how that's going to go. In Nuri, we should probably buy the good tiles. 3 food, 1 production. That's a good tile. All right, so now we can plug in the settler card. Now that we have craftsmanship, we did get the builder and Agog cards. Not that we need them. We are getting state workforce. So we will get our government plaza soon. We are going to want to build that government plaza. I don't know what government we're going to go for just yet. I mean, if we're going domination, if we're hunting down Eastern Orthodoxy, then it's got to be Warlord's Throne. But if we're chilling, it might be the governor one. It all depends on how we decide to make the cards go. Do I want to chop this rainforest? I kind of do, but I also just want to build the camp. If I were to chop the rainforest does provide +1 food on the tile. Magnus isn't established. I'll just build the camp for the luxury. I mean, that is a beautiful tile, however. Look at that. So we traded with Ayutthaya. We don't need to do that again. I think what we'll do is we'll move this trader to Nuri and trade with Moreau so we can get Nuri up and running faster. There's the builder. We absolutely want to get our 2 fishing tiles online. 2 food, 1 production in Moreau. Or sorry, in Nuri plus some religious pressure. That's great. It's going to convert in 29 turns. Probably go a little bit faster now. Speaking of Nuri, do we want to go straight for the holy site? I think we do. It is a plus what holy site? It's a +3, so that's 3 production. 6 potential down the line. All right, fish boat number 1. No fish boat, Pantheon Sag. And then pasture number 1. There's horseback riding, beautiful. I mean, is there even a point of going for masonry if we're not even going to build that Nubian pyramid? I actually don't think there is. I don't know why I'm researching masonry. What is the point? This is the downside of the Nubian pyramids only being built on deserts. So I reckon we just go Celestial Nav. Question, do we want the harbor in Nuri to go on this tile and be +3 or +4, or do we want it to go here and be +2 and eventually +3? I think we just go for the +4. So there's state workforce. We have the government plaza. I need my city to focus on food for now. Food and production. Same in here. Focus on food and production. No good holy site in this city, which doesn't feel good. This city can 1, 2, 3. It could get like 8 +1 holy site. If I move the government plaza to here, it's at least a +2, potentially +3. If there's like another district here, which is not, but that starts to become like way more reasonable. There's a +4 holy site right there that I like, so I think I will settle south first. We're going to promote you with culture first because culture lets you get your other governor titles sooner. So we go from 8 culture per turn up to a healthy 10. Not a lot. We don't have a very high population capital, just because food is a little bit scarce in our capital right now, but that will pay off It's like, basically we got an extra monument. Oh god, did you see what I saw in the fog of war? I need to build galleys. I need to build 2 galleys for shipbuilding. But also I saw enemy galleys in the fog of war. Tornado outbreak. Of course there is. Of course there's a tornado outbreak. Right, we'll build that fish. There's Celestial Navigation boosted. We've got a galley on the way. Tornadoes swept through. Thankfully, builders can't, or settlers can't die to tornadoes in this game. It makes me happy. That's just not fun. If that were to happen. Looks like somebody has been killed. The storm petered out. Only after it killed, fucking attacks my scout. Nice. I do think this sheep tile is worth improving, so we will make our way over there. Absolutely settling this tile. Napata, please. Yeah, continue working that sheep. 2 food, 2 production is the play. Get me a holy site. I know technically this holy site is better, but I don't want to crush this really nice tile. And I know technically there's probably just as good a holy site in here that doesn't use up one of those tiles, but I'd have to buy 2 tiles to get over there, and I don't want to have to buy 2 tiles. I'm just going to do the compromise position, which is there. Okay, so we locked that in at 97 production. I do think that culture is still like the game changer, because the second you get every turn, like the game begins when you hit feudalism, right? So everything you do is to get to feudalism before feudalism. Like that's your goal. So that's the way that I just think about things. Let's hit this up. We're in a weird spot. We're in a very, very weird spot. But you know what? I think this is actually a really good spot to wrap things up for this episode, because there's a lot of unknowns unfolding in front of us. Like there's things happening out in the fog of war that we don't know. And I'm quite excited for how this game is going to play out. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.